Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. I looked up and I hit record and then I realized it stopped recording. So welcome in the beautiful, amazing opportunities that this retrograde is teaching us, as well as everything that we experienced in February. So welcoming in the elementals, 2-2 on the timer. Welcoming in earth, air, wind, fire, water, and ether, all of the elemental spirits, the fairies, the nature spirits. So hopefully everyone's doing well. It is cold. There was light snow on the ground here in Michigan this morning. And it's about 8 degrees and it feels like 2. I'm hoping maybe if the sun comes out on this afternoon, I can either sit outside in the sunshine, bundle up, or take a short walk in the sunshine, because have I mentioned I am fucking over Michigan weather. It is cloudy. You wouldn't know it by the light codes that stream in. It's gray and cloudy. But Source is here to remind us that regardless of the gray clouds, that the sun is always shining. So, again, I don't question, it's just pretty amazing how cloudy it is and how these source codes, 117 on the timer. So yeah, I've known for a while that I will be traveling. I will be traveling to places that are warm, that are by bodies of water. I just don't know how the resources will show up. I just don't know how the timing is going to work out, and I have no idea where. I just know. So maybe you have been feeling this just deep in your bones, knowing that's your claircognizance. It's very strong. Clairsentient is again the feeling. Sometimes you get just a gut feeling, you get tingles, you maybe get an itchy hand, a palm, whatever. These are different signs of your clair abilities, probably becoming more and more heightened and online. Okay, so welcome. Whew. How's everyone sleeping? I've been in bed, of course, the 10 to 11 hours or 12 hours, and I feel like I've been beat up in the middle of the night. I have no idea what I'm doing in the middle of the night. My dreams have been very vivid, bizarre and vivid in the different scenes that they are, but nothing that I feel the need to write down to recall. The last one I had was definitely regarding healing practices, healing modalities. So that was the only thing that I was working with 3 other people, and we were working with somebody, but it was 3 different modalities for energy practices. Energy and physical practices that we had blended together, and that's all I know. So if you're able to and you feel called to, write your dreams down, keep track of them, use your phone, and that will help you recall. You can also intend to remember your dreams before you go to bed, and also when you wake up, ask that your dreams come back to you. Okay? But some of us are just not meant to know. And like I've said before, I come from the health and wellness background. I do very little of that anymore. I only do that when I'm called to. But when I wake up, I feel like I have been through the trenches. I swear the other night, I feel like I was doing some type of kickboxing. The top of my foot felt like I did a roundhouse kick against a brick wall, because it's extremely sore. I wake up with bruises sometimes. So this is relevant to somebody. If you're waking up with bruises and really sore, you're doing spiritual work. You just don't remember what it is. Okay? You're not cray-cray, I promise. I also woke up with hives, which I haven't woke up in a while. But when I receive skin issues like hives or those little itchy bumps, it's because I've been going through massive upgrades and activations. And we went through a lot in February. At least 5 or more major portal events, cosmic convergences, planetary alignments, all of the stuff. We've been going through it. And you are and you've been receiving. So when we receive downloads and information, and I misunderstood this for the longest time, I thought it was direct. Yes, it may be direct sometimes, but it also, when you're receiving it, it's getting downloaded into your field. And then you have to integrate it into where you can utilize it in the physical reality. So you'll get the downloads and the information and the activations. Sometimes it takes a while for all of that to integrate into your fields, your multidimensional fields, because there's many layers outside of this physical body. So that's why doing meditation practices or just daily practices to help with these codes and this information and these downloads to integrate faster and with a lot more ease and grace, that will be beneficial. So I am guided to do some light language off of listening to something yesterday about quantum soul activations and then quantum soul integrations. So integrating, I'll feel into what it will be exactly. So look for that if you feel like you are guided and you like the light language when I do that. I'm squirreling. What do we have here? It is March 1st. Welcome. Welcome. March 1st. Yay! We are a couple of days. I've been in this cosmic canal, contraction, expansion, this womb, this, all of it. We've got this lunar eclipse coming up, this full moon. You might be extremely emotional. You might be very brain foggy, kind of all over the place. And again, I don't want to set negativity, but if you're dealing with unseen forces, because you're a force to be reckoned with, and you just quite not know what that is yet, there is unseen forces that might be sending negative energy at you, especially around the moon. So just be mindful of your spiritual hygiene, your grounding. You don't need to be aware of it. Just know that you're always guided and protected and shielded. But if you want to, what I call post up, just a little extra post up, call in the angels, the archangels, maybe your dragons, right? Just to give a little post up in the physical and in the spiritual, so you have less, I don't want to say issues, there'll be less impact in the physical and in the spiritual. So I don't know, I'm rambling. I hear, but I'm real, I'm raw, authentic. This is me today, March 1st. I got out of my PJs and I hit record. Chopped up some watermelon. I'm drinking some watermelon water with some greens powder. Got some water, took my supplements, and I'm here. I'm out of my PJs, and that's a good step. I might go outside, we'll see. So welcome. 7:14 on the timer. I'm gonna put this somewhere where it's maybe not completely choking me out. I love my incense, but I put it anywhere near me, and somehow, some way, it just kind of finds its way into choking me out. So we've got the beautiful flowers. I got these cut flowers here, February, around Valentine's Day. I bought them for myself, and they're still going pretty strong. I've got my yellow ones over here I had to cut down. And then I bought a very beautiful purple hyacinth, and then I decided to light 3 candles. And then I've got this double wicker here with the clear quartz, the ammonite, and the blue calcite here. And I've got my spider plant here. So yeah, the elementals are here for sure. So flowers, plants, and there's all, you know, I mean, y'all can see there's a whole, that's the only place I can usually keep them alive. But they're also a form of protection. So my plants are not only my friends, my guardians, right, as well as my nature spirits outside, the squirrels, the birds. These are guardians. These are nature spirits, you know. They're all living sentient beings. All right, no coincidence I'm here in the way I think's been set up for 10 years. So we will get to something here at this point. I don't know what. We're just gonna have a conversation. 10:10. So if you were here, so yesterday completion, we completed February. Oh, there was a little mini, just portal, not portal. There's a, I guess, portal seals, because like I said, you've been through a lot. You can declare this. I declared this. I wrote it down. But also, I've been seeing 10:10. Yesterday was February 28th, which is 2 plus 8 is 10. And then you add 2, 1, 26, that's 10, 10, 10. So I felt with this very completion type portal energy with the yesterday as well. Today is March 1st, 2026. All videos are timeless. So there is something here if you receive this in the future or receive this now. We are in this, coming towards the end of this particular eclipse window portal from the solar eclipse on the Ring of Fire on the 17th, with all those triple portal activations, Neptune and Saturn, and then the planetary alignments, Mercury in retrograde. Oh my God, just breathe. Yeah, just breathe. Always come back to your breath, come back to your still point. Because I don't know what's going on in the field right now, because I feel it right now. I feel so all over the fucking place. I am feeling my own frequency and energy. I'm hearing my frequency. I'm hearing the field more, like audibly hearing like that low buzzing sound outside of just receiving the downloads through my clear audience. I feel it, and I feel like I'm just kind of all over the place right now. Holy hell. And I even listened to some light language this morning to try to just bring myself to a still point. Maybe you're feeling that. That's perfect. Kind of ungrounded squirreling. I literally feel like a squirrel energy right now. Where you see a dog that sees a squirrel, he goes, oh, squirrel, it's time to go get the squirrel. It's fun here. It's like, yeah, we just like to just keep it all over the place. So, a couple things came through with potential key codes I want to look into. I will share some messages from the unicorns and the rainbow frequency, because that I was guided to go down that rabbit hole last night. So, but today it's March 1st, and it came through a transmission that was posted yesterday, but I received it this morning. So, let's say this together. We breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1111 on the timer. Portal. All right, here we go. Let's seal this February up. We're going to seal February's transformations, all of it, all right? And we're going to ask for the integration to solidify in our field, in our knowing, in our physical, with ease and grace through divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, divine knowledge, and divine remembrance. Okay, so we're going to declare that. We declare that February is complete. It's that 10-10 completion energy. All right, speak this aloud. I accept this new version of myself, because you are not the same person you were on February 1st, okay? I accept this new version of myself. You might not know who that version is, but you are declaring you accept that without knowing, okay? I claim my upgraded consciousness. I claim my upgraded consciousness. I seal this transformation permanent and irreversible. I seal this transformation. It is permanent and it is irreversible. I am ready for March's destiny. I am ready for March's destiny. March is going to be my emergence. March is going to be my emergence. So, speaking it, very powerful. Writing it, thinking it's good, right? But we want to take those thoughts. We want to speak that through our sacred technology, our voice. That's why you've been guided in many ways, shapes, and forms through platforms like mine and many others to speak your voice. It's time to share your creative, authentic self in the field. And this portal, this phone is a portal. It is technology. You can use it sacredly, setting up your sacred algorithm. Always intending, like I said, always intending that those that are meant to receive my message, whether it's one person, 2 people, 5 people, receive my specific frequency, energy, flavor, essence, color, message, information, because their soul and their human is ready to receive this. Whether their soul or Shinitya, whether their ego mind gets it or not, it's not supposed to. Their soul has guided them to me in some way, shape, or form, whether it's my light language, the fun card pulls that I do, or these beautiful, authentic, real, messy, magnetic, super cosmic, conscious conversations. All right, and this is 108 maybe of FreQSpeak, of participating in FreQSpeak through the Divinely Aligned Collective. All right, so that's possible. Oh my gosh, so much, just like there's so much vibrating. My whole body's vibrating. I just feel this energy all up through me and around me. So my psychic abilities have definitely come more and more online. I've gone through a lot. I've gone through, like, I swear, this advanced PhD boot camp type program. And I know that there's an emergence coming. So this time last year, on the 27th of February, is the first time I had my very first Reiki session. And that basically was the catalyst. I'm not saying that things didn't slowly start to unfold from like October of 2024. And previously, like, there was slow progression the years before that, 23, 22, 23, 24. But October 24 And then by 2026, of February 26, I was very guided to do my very first ever Reiki session. And that was basically the catalyst, the catapult that launched me into this particular awakening, this mass awakening, this healing journey, this journey back to self, this journey back to my soul, to my shadow, to integrate, to heal the hurt, the trauma, and realizing and educating myself on the spiritual and the deeper connection with source and my team and my higher self, and all of it just like went kaboom. Like I said, when I mean launch and a catalyst, it was not a gentle, but a necessary. Definitely many highs, many lows, and many just nothingness in between. And everything was perfect. Taking that higher perspective, that macro perspective, everything was perfect and unfolded perfectly. Even when it seemingly doesn't feel like it's unfolding perfectly. Oshinatira, my words are probably going to Oshinatara, clear. Oshinatira. So when you hear me, if you haven't heard me speak the light language, it's again, there's just codes, it's just soul language. Oshinatira, it could be just my soul having a conversation with your soul, like now, or it's just me helping me to clear my channel so I can use the human words a little better. Okay? So just breathe. So you might be finding that you're gesturing towards sounds and music. You might be speaking. Different sounds and tones. That's you clearing and expressing your soul lineage language. Okay? And there's many different, all right? I try not to attach to specifically this or that unless I'm guided to say this is this. It's coming from here. It's just coming from cosmic consciousness, my higher self, source. You know, people get so hung up on which group is it coming from? Who is it coming from? It's coming from the all. That's just because you allow the ego mind to get too involved, even spiritually. Spiritual egoism is, yeah. All right. Oh, so yeah. Where were we? 1717. All these numbers are significant. Seeing all the 17. So as I try to like find some grounding here, and yeah, so that was the catalyst and catapult. And as it unfolded, I had many intuitive massages. I had other Reiki sessions. That session guided me like that to basically flip the script. My soul says it's time to flip the script. I had been working in the health and wellness and fitness industry as a health and wellness, holistic nutritional coaching, all of that for up to 20 years. Had been certified for 15, I think, 16, technically, whatever. And I got to the point where, and I already had like transformed how I worked with people in more of a intuitive, guided type situation versus that cookie cutter toxic bullshit that you see in the industry. But that was the catalyst. Like, I already knew there was something more for me, there's something deeper for me, and that was not it. I had already started feeling that like the year before, and source in the universe had already basically cleared out all my clients, like all the work, like no consults, no training, no nothing. Like, it's just been clear for like 2-3 years now, like to give space for the amount of healing that I needed to do, the amount of work I needed to do. And that is sacred work, right? And source has always provided for me, regardless. I've always been provided for, so much grateful to the universe on that I've had the space to do the healing and to do the things that I needed to do, to sit and listen to the podcast all day, to meditate throughout the day, to do all the things I needed to do on this particular journey. And yes, I have been always provided for. All right, I might not have everything that I want, but I have had everything that I need. All right, I have not been able to financially take a time away for vacations and things. And yes, that was a challenge in the beginning because I didn't quite understand like I understand now. I was not meant to be at certain places at certain times. And now I know more than anything than ever that my highest source in the universe, Mother, Father, God, puts me in places, guides me to travel when I'm meant to travel, whether it's just to a store or a coffee shop, to a different town, to take a walk, and I know I will be deeply guided. When it's time for me to travel on a massive scale, I will be guided. I don't seek that information out like I used to. Yes, I look at things and I have fun and I play around like that, but I don't attach to that. I just know that it's going to happen. Yes, I'm definitely ready for it to happen, for sure. Source code's coming in. Again, it's gray and cloudy here. I mean, this is always amazing to me, that it's gray and cloudy and there's snow on the grounds. And you would think by the source codes coming in, you're meant to receive these source codes, these elemental codes, tapping into the sun, into the central sun, and into the grand central sun. Okay, so maybe that resonates. So yes, last year was a catalyst, and I've gone through like, is it now? Is it now? Is it now? And I had to finally surrender to the needing to know what's next, what's coming next, and just focus on just being present in every now present moment, and then being guided in November, the 1111 portal. No coincidence for me, because that's a huge number. 1111 is huge. The 111s, the 222s, those are massive key codes for me, and have been on my entire life journey as an adult, when I have become slowly more and more aware in these awakening processes. So no coincidence that I was guided at that point to hit record. And like I said before, and this is again sharing, you have to take the ego and mind out of it. You have to quit worrying about the perfection, the setup. And yes, I've figured out a little bit of a setup for right now for the winter months, but that could change. I could stop recording for a while. I don't know. I just know if I'm guided to hit record, I'm guided to hit record. I could have recorded multiple things earlier in the day, but then I'm guided to get on later on. All right. Or I'm guided to do one thing instead of 7 things. You know, I'm just guided to share information because it's getting into the flow state and the channeling, because you are all channels in some way, shape, or form. Whether you're channeling your art, you're channeling your music, you're channeling your light language, and you don't have to be what we would typically know as a channel. And if you're here, you typically know what those channels look like. And we get so caught up, our spiritual ego gets so caught up that it has to look that way, or it has to be this way, or it has to. You have to let all that go. And like I've said, if I've allowed my ego to get involved at all, it's been very minimal to not at all. Because there's videos that I mean, like, I don't want to post, but I just post. And like I said, I don't rewatch my videos unless I'm strongly guided to, because there's information that I need to hear, because I don't remember these conversations 5 or 10 minutes or 30 minutes after I have them. I record them and I post them. I may have to listen to a little bit to maybe figure out what a title is. Other than that, I don't. The light language, I've re-listened to my own light language more because I'm guided to, but I still, again, like 90, maybe 99%, I do not. And there's a reason for it. I don't edit. I keep it real. I keep it authentic. I keep it pure as possible. Keeping that channel clear and open, trying not to attach anything to anything, okay? So, again, just going back to, this is a strong message. It clearly feels like the strong message this morning on March 1st is, if you have not already, and if you have maybe a buildup of it, this is your highest source telling you to start posting it, whether you use TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I use YouTube and I use Facebook for the videos. And I post other things, like if I'm getting a channeled message and it's words and pictures, I will do that, and I'll post it on Facebook, and I'll post it on YouTube, and then I'll post it on Instagram. So I don't use Instagram like I used to. It's more Facebook and YouTube for me. So you are being asked more and more and more to play with the cards. If you're pulling cards, record it, share it. Somebody has, you have medicine, you have magic, you have information for other people, you have key codes, signs, synchronicities, confirmations. You have information for other people, whether you realize it or not. And that could be just you sharing journaled information from the day you had the epiphany you had before, the experience you had out in the wild. This is what we're here to do. We're here to have these conversations, even though it feels like you're talking to yourself. You're talking to the collective. You're talking to the field. Thank you. You are expressing to the field. You're sharing your voice. You're sharing your sacred technology. And that's a sonic ripple. Full body goosebumps in. Confirmation burp. Excuse me. Clearing energy. Sending that out into the collective, because everything is frequency and energy, mathematics and geometry. So even though you feel like you're talking to yourself, you are expressing through this sacred portal, which is a phone, a computer. And then you put that out into the field. You share that like a sonic ripple out into the collective. Like I said, even if it's one person that you are reaching, that's perfect. It's not about numbers. Cool. Yeah, bring me the numbers. Bring me this, whatever. Bring it. But you're doing it because it's like you're running into a stranger in a grocery store and you're having a super conscious, sacred conversation because you were both meant to have that. Whether you're both there to exchange, whether that person was there to share information with you and you were supposed to guide and share information, or vice versa. All right, it's the same thing. You know, when you start setting your technology up to be this sacred portal, this sacred tool, you are going to be receiving. That's how your team, your highest source, can give you more messaging. It interconnects us in ways that we've never been able to be connected before, because unfortunately, the way things have been set up is to keep people in separation, to keep people polarized and divided, right? So this helps us bring us back together, even though we have space between us, but again, no time, right? Physical space between us, but there is no time, because time, doesn't exist. We have to have it, all of it. All right, so you're just, again, this is your message. I never know what's going to come out. I had other things. I'll do other videos on that. Unicorn messages, channel messages, and then channel messages from the rainbow frequency. So just embody your true expression, and it's going to be different every day, and it's not about perfection. It's not about how you look, what you're doing, what your setup is, what you're gonna say. You could just show up and just breathe, and you're sharing your frequency and energy. It could be as simple as that. Source says you could just show up, hit record, and breathe with the collective. Light some candles and breathe. And see what comes through while you're doing that. It's like having a podcast conversation where the podcaster has a list of questions, and then you have the person you're interviewing, and then you basically throw your questions out the window and just have a super cosmic conversation and see what unfolds and weaves. It's this weaving. We're weaving frequencies and energies, and we're co-creating all of the time. And this video is almost 30 minutes. So, thanks for hanging out. Click and play, co-creating, sharing, liking, subscribing. Thank you for sharing your beautiful self if you've already been doing it. If not, this is your guide. This is your guidance. This is your highest saying. Get out and get yourself out there. And if it's not, get it out in your community. All right? Because you're meant to be seen, heard, and felt in places that your mind and ego can't even understand. Physically, energetically, and spiritually. Okay? And when I understood this a little more deeply through this process, I was able to flow with more ease and with grace, and knowing that me doing work on me was healing the collective. Me doing work on me was helping raise the frequency and the vibration of the collective by just being in my sacred cave, doing the sacred work for me, choosing me, making me, why should not myself and I the first priority. Full body goosebumps again. So, I hope you can feel the frequency, the energy beyond the human words. But as always, I appreciate you. I love you. I see you. I feel you. I know you, because I am you, you are me, and we are we. And I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.